you may not have that money to start that particular business or that scale, but there are ways to it. You can look at the value chain. Okay, I cannot start produce money for machine, money for shop. What can I do? Start selling tailoring materials. And this world of internet has made IoT, Internet of Everything, has made everything easy. You can sell anything, anytime, any day, without having a shop, no physical presence. Is it not to ask, Madam Ibolewa, bike ma drop pẹ̀lú yẹn ilé máa sanwó bike o. Very easy. Ma gba dùgbẹ̀ kọjá lọ́la, ma drop ẹ̀ fún yín Mọ́kọ́lá. Very easy. Then family and friends can raise money through family and friends. I was telling those guys, some of you, all those uncles, those brothers that you run to, urgent 5,000, urgent 10,000, you can actually raise money from family and friends. But when it is friends, be very careful. You are collecting money from that brother, collecting money from that sister. Would that doubt? To batini fe magbulo well. Koma ba dijao. Ma lo di pé owó tí mo fún ẹ ńkọ́ bá ń gbówó mi. Ó fún mi ní now. Irọ́ bàtà fẹ́ra mo bá ń gbówó mi. You get. So you can raise money through family and friends. There are times that people even ask you, kí ló ló fẹ́ ṣe? Say sir, mo ní fẹ́ máa ta oúnjẹ adìẹ ni. Say iṣu ti rí shop lọ wá shop. Báwo lè ṣe máa make profit? How much do you need? What do you want to do? Say want to start raising fish. Say go and look for the facility. Madam asked him, alone in what in? Say the woman wants to sponsor everything. In terms and conditions. So those are the things we need to look at. So don't just be eager to collect money from people, but try to find out what is their interest. Because to give money without any expectation. The other side is dash ni. After some months, I might be like, oh yeah, daddy, kill us. You get. So let's know what the terms and conditions are. You can collect from friends, you can collect, so let it be clear. Then another thing is, when you have agreements, please don't fail to meet up. Into fatelomi o se riran lowo mo. It's because so pe gba 200,000 lolo. 3 months ma gba o. Lolo tí n bá ti need e ma béèrè o. So gba tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ story. Meanwhile, there was this case of this guy. He said, how did you raise capital for your business? I was asking him, it was a class. I teach a lot of people, especially youths. And the guy said, yeah, when he wanted to start, he spoke to his friends. And the guy said, okay, I have this 200,000, but I can ask for it anytime. He said, whenever you want to ask for it, just give me 2 weeks notice. I said, okay. And the guy just said, 2 weeks, I'll be needing that 200,000. He said, no problem. When he gave him the 200,000, I said, okay, I can see you are serious. He now gave him back with additional 300,000. So he gave him 500,000. He only wanted to test him, and that happens a lot of time. Now, this younger generation in Nigeria, integrity, so please, let's keep our integrity. When you make a promise, whether you have an agreement or it is a gentleman agreement, not written down, please, let's always meet up with it. Microfinance institution is loan, but it is not the way to start. We are saying that and we are emphasizing it. It is risky to get outside funding for something that you have not really learned. Let me share with you experience. The first time I stocked fish was in 2005. And I stocked 5,000 pieces. Me, that I did not have expertise. And the following morning, got to the farm, just saw the fishes floating. 4,500 dead. just following money. So you can imagine if it was bank loan. I don't finish with that. You understand? So when we say don't start big, our eyes have seen a lot. But you can imagine if I had stocked only 200, you get, the loss will not be that much. So God would help us. Microfinance institution or commercial banks, yeah, these two guys, these ones are even better. Their interest rates, though very high, but still lower than all these microfinance banks. So it's not the way to start. When you get to a level in business, you may consider it, but it is not meant for all businesses. If you are going into trading, you want to buy and sell. Whatever you are working out within 1 month, you can quickly take it, use it, return. But before you even go for that, any bank loan, do your calculations very well. Factor in the loan repayment, factor in the expected revenue, factor in when you repay, what is remaining. Factor in, is it good to go? It is very important. When we talk about financial analysis, financial projections, these are the things we put into calculations. Okay, I'm using this money for 12 months. The interest rate is 28%. Put 28% of 1 million naira. That's 280,000 naira. So if I'm paying back in 12 months, how much am I paying back per month? How much is the revenue that I'm generating in a month? If I pay back salary, pay everything, capture all costs, pay back the loan, do I still have money to continue running the business? That is when we discuss about cash flow. So when money comes in and money goes out, what is left to start another month? Is it reasonable? Can it work? So we must always subject the business to that test before going for any loan. But it is not the best. Microfinance, anything bank. Then cooperative societies are the easiest source of funding for any business. And please, no matter how young you are, please open your ears and learn. Start a cooperative society as early as possible. As early as possible for anything. If it is for business, if it's for your social life, for other economic reasons, the easiest source of funding is cooperative society, because it can actually give you ×2 of your savings, and the interest rate could be as low as 1%, less than 5%, less than 10%. It depends. Depends on what the cooperative agrees on. Max of 14-15%. But most cases, go and check it. Cooperative loans are less than 5%. Most cases. Most cases. So please, if you, maybe for business or for other reasons, join a cooperative. It is the easiest source of funding. And the reason why I'm advising that you should start a cooperative as early as possible is that you'll be able to build up the money, build it up, build it up, build it up. So the day you want to start your sewing business and you need to buy that machine, pay the shop rent, you already have a savings of 60,000. You can get a loan of 120,000. I will say DMB no. You get. So then this should be application for grant. Then grant. I should. Now I'll talk about grants. Grants, we have grants from international organizations, different donor agencies, could even be local organizations. We have organizations that give grants. So you can actually apply for grants. Before you apply for grants, there are key things they check out for. So what have you been doing? You cannot just wake up. A lot of young people do this. Scope, you can now imagine if someone like me have to screen your application, I don't need to ask you more than 1 or 2 questions. And all those permutation and combination, the moment you are not able to defend it. So before applying for grants, start something. You should be able to build something to a stage and say, okay, this is what I am doing. Well, it depends on the package for the grant anyway. We have cases where grants are for those startups that have not done anything before. But in most cases, they want to put money into profitable enterprises. Government intervention funds comes in different ways. We have UWIN, we have other government programs. It's not just common in this. We don't really hear much about them, but read about it. We have UWIN. They have different programs like that. It depends on the different industries. I've seen a lady that is into this adire, and the grant she got was from federal government, a car. These are things that you will not hear, in the news, but always look for news and take advantage of opportunities. Yeah, crowdfunding, Mr. Adeto will talk about crowdfunding. But the thing is this, when you want to go into crowdfunding, don't let it be at the initial stage of the business. Grow your experience, grow your expertise, so that you would have you'll be in charge, you'll be able to control things. Now, I had an experience in 2001. It was not even crowdfunding, but that my friend dropped 1 million naira. It was fish farming. And we had like 900 kg, took it to another feed mill, renewal again. So eventually I did not run at loss. But what I'm saying is this, I've had cases to talk to people about crowdfunding, about all this return on investment stuff. Partnership is a way to go. You can consider partnership where an expert will be involved, then you can build things together. And yes, we have angel investors. The difference between angel investors and venture capitalists are this. Angel investor is putting his money in your business, and what is expecting is just the return on that investment, share of profit. But venture capitalist is putting his money and is expecting a share of ownership. So be careful. When you are going for all this bidding, and they said, I'll put 5 million in your business, I'll put 10 million in your business, be very careful. Anything that will make anybody have 1% ownership higher than your own ownership in the business. When you have 49% shares and someone else or a group of people have 51% shares, then you are working for them. It's not your business again. Don't allow, at least, especially a single individual, to have more shares than you do in your own business. So these are critical things to look out for, because many times when we have ideas and we want to get money, looking at venture capitalists, and they take advantage of young people. Because some of them sharp already at they take advantage of their ignorance. So please work with experts when you want to get funding from venture capitalists. So next slide, please. Yeah, government support. A lot of support comes from Smidan. We have Smidan office here in Ibadan. You can always read about Smidan, Bank of Industry. It's not about loans alone. They have different packages. At times they organize free trainings. At times they give input. So always watch out for information from them. Then next slide, please. Now, when you want to raise capital, there are basic things you need to put on ground. Business plan, very, very important. Now, when we hear about business plan, most times it sounds like one difficult document, very difficult to write. Truly, the first time I was involved with business plan, that was when the first time I was exposed to that training. I think 2007, 2008, was like Arabic. but don't say you're a businessman. But you don't need to, when we talk about business planning, you don't need to have that technical book. No. The most important thing about business planning, see, every business owner has a planning. The difference is that most times it is going on in their heads. And when it is going in the head, it's not complete. You leave some part of it out, cannot remember some part of it again. So the difference is this. For your level, business planning is write down the idea. What are the things you want to achieve? What are the steps you want to take? That is business plan. Make sure you write it down. When you write it down, you'll be able to remember it again. When you write it down, you see some part of it missing that you need to include. Then put the financial calculations. There are simpler templates online that you can easily work with. At least at this level of operation. So you need the financial projection and feasibility study, because when you want to get money from someone, even we have young people that will run to us and say, my uncle wants to give me money and he asks for a business plan. The uncle wants to see that when you get make profit. At times the uncle will not even be willing to take that money back. So, but they want to be convinced that you know what you are doing. And a businessman will be able to prove that. Shop, my processing, it's just that. What your plans are. Then, why do you need the money? It's very, very, very important. The various problem. So, know why you need the money. What exactly? And also this is answered by this. Because there are times that, let me give you a good example. When we screen business plans, part of what we look out for is the equipment, the capacities. Someone writing 5 kVA, let's say 15 kVA generator. Meanwhile, what it needs is no more than 2.5 kVA. Say, why are you now putting 15 kVA? Say because of expansion. Expansion that will come which year? So instead of, okay, let's say you want to buy 15 kVA. 15 kVA now, I don't know how much, but it should be something close to 400,000. Sir, 15 kVA generator. Millions. Meanwhile, 2.5 kVA. Can you be 250 thereabout? And you can tie down millions. Because you tie down, can you tie down just be 800,000. The 800,000 will be, it's something you can plow into the operational aspect of it. Raw materials and things like that. Then building credit worthiness is very, very important. Business world is a journey. So you have to build your credit worthiness over time. Be credit worthy. Sansita on time. On time. See the proof that you are able to get certain amount of money, use it and return it in due time. Always get a proof for it. Katama advice on to bank loan. To bank loan, so bank can call letter for that you have done well, you have done this, done that. Because when you get to another bank or any financial institution, present it. I have collected 2 loans and I have not defaulted. Present it. Yes, that is proof of credit worthiness. It is very, very important. The financial institution can even go behind to talk to your customers and find out about credit worthiness. Next slide, please. So when we want to get loan, in case we want to get loan, there are certain requirements. Many times people are not aware of that. So the interest rate, don't be in a hurry to get loan. Maybe from individual or from financial institutions. Always know what the terms and conditions are. 1, the interest rate. 2, the repayment plan. You are paying back for how many months? How convenient is it? So these are there are things we need to know. They want to have more information about the sources of raw materials, the sources of equipment. They want to know a lot of things. So by the time they are asking, they even want to write. We want you to write an application. There must be a contract. So all these things, man, strange somewhere. How any wala want to poju, wala want po idalu nishelu. So there are requirements for loan application and processing. So we should be aware of that. Then collateral, when it has to do with banks, especially commercial banks, even microfinance bank, they ask for collateral. Ṣé ọmọdé mi ń wá lónìí fún tí dádì ẹ̀ bá lówó yẹn ṣé wọ́n máa wá lónìí káàkiri. So all these conditions are not really convenient for people. Then on terms and credit history and scores. Please, next slide. Now, at some point or the other, you may need to attract investors. In fact, it is good, it is advisable. But it is not at the foundation of the business. The best thing for the foundation of any business is start small. Grow it up. When you have your confidence, see, there is a learning process in every business. No matter the level of training you have received, no matter the level of internship or volunteering, when you start your own, there are still new things you would learn. So until you scale that level of at least minimizing your failure, reducing it to barest minimum level as much as possible. Don't attract funding from anybody. But when you have done well, maybe after 2 years, been able to rough the weather, you know what it means, you know how to do things, then you can attract investors. But when you are attracting investors, please, terms and conditions. Don't do it alone. Work with experts. Work with experts. There are all these companies that you listen to them on Fresh FM. At one point, they are saying, bring 75,000, we give you 15%. What are they buying? What are they selling? After some months, you see shouting on the radio. But when they are announcing it, bring 75,000, bring 1,000, they will give you 15%. All those things. Many people, even those people that fell into those problems, they never understood. Because mistake that when man say ni we se be kati akara ogede kade process kade mata ilubo ogede taba ti na 1 million taba mata jadon o ye carry 1.7 million taba ti agree 15%. It's more than that. So those people that fell into that problem was because they never understood how it works in the business realm. So when you want to work with investors, looking at all those terms and conditions, please work with experts. For our own health, I'm in hospital. Doctor might treat you, one diagnose, one recommend. But for our businesses, many times, experts. So you need to work with experts. So they look for innovation, scalability, they look for your team. So when you are working with investors, they screen you. And what are the things they are checking? How innovative is the idea? What are the new things you are bringing into the industry? Then how well is it easy to scale it? Is it possible? What's the future in it? Do you have a good team? But team. They want to know if you have ability for the production. They want to know if you have the capacity for the marketing. They want to know. And many times you don't pay attention to all these things. You only know that you want to do business and you know how to produce. Then, networking the business opportunities. We need to meet people. Meeting people, you would, networking is very important because it will even expose you to lots of opportunities. Téèyàn bá ń jókòó ńlé, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ oore ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níta tí òkè wọn bá yàn lé o. Ètò máa bá yàn lé wà o, I agree. But téèyàn bá tún jáde, meet people, talk to people, attend events, attend workshops, you will meet people. Ibi tó ti ń struggle wípé ó yọra ń ṣe business yẹn kérékéré ó kàn lè meet ẹnìkan tó máa sọ pé can you supply ibi tọ́nà ti làfẹ́ lómi nìyẹn. So there are lots of opportunities in networking. So please network, meet people. Don't just stay where you are on your own. Challenges, limited access. Ẹlòmíì òbí àràǹbádá owó jẹ́ o. Business tó ẹlòmíì àní business tó ń fẹ́ ṣe torí pé kò sówó but please there is no excuse for not starting a business. Because even if you don't have money, there could be other ways to it. You can partner with people, you can go into marketing and distribution, you can consider rendering services. All those ones require lesser capital. So please, there are ways to it. One thing that we need in this part of the world is seek counsel, talk to experts. Literacy is also a problem. Financial literacy. All these metrics of ẹlòmíì ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ní business kò lè sọ èló ni profit to make lóṣù. Wọ́n kàn mọ̀ pé àwọn ń pawó, wọ́n ń jẹun, wọ́n ń repo sí mọ́tò, wọ́n ń sanwó school ọmọ. Business then continue. They cannot say how much they are making. They don't even keep records, and that's part of financial literacy. So they just leave it as it comes. Ọlá tẹ́lòmíì kan jẹ ní wípé torí pé business yẹn wà viable, business yẹn ń pawó, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń rí sustain. But wọ́n ní basic knowledge of okay èló la need, báwo la ṣe ń ná owó yẹn, èló ló ń wọlé, èló ló ń ṣẹ́kù. Ẹlòmíì gan lówó tó ń ṣẹ́kù sí bank tí ò láì idea wípé okay at what point to plow back. So be careful of how interest rate at so risk aversion by lenders and investors. Now risks at different levels. At this level we are talking about financial risks. Financial risks pọ̀ gan. But we have mentioned all those things that we need. Number one, the interest rate could be a good source of a risk. Then when you don't know what to bring back, what time to pay back, then financial risk in this part of the world, that foreign exchange, the dollar rate, bóyá máa ń ṣe kótókótó, ó máa ń pa business lára gan. So these are all the things we need to be careful about. Nígbà tó ń rà, èló ló rà, prices can change. We know how prices change ní Nigeria why. So ó máa ń pè èèyàn, téèyàn bá rà lọ́pọ̀ tó tà lọ́wọ́n, ó make more money. But at times wọ́n kàn lé ní kíní kan ṣẹlẹ̀, ó ti rajà nígbà tí price tí dollar jẹ́ 1,600. Ó wá yá wọ́n ní kíní kan ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárín 3 weeks dollar ti di 1,400. Iṣẹ́ máa ń dàrú gan. So all these things we need to have knowledge of them. Yes, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay. Financial management. These are things we know, things we have heard about, but let's just remind ourselves and how to go about it. Now, financial management is just to ensure that business solvency and liquidity is there at all times. How are we going to manage, no matter how small that business is, how are we going to manage it so that the continuity will be there? Kì í ṣe pé wọ́n ní mọ̀ pé lómi in tó pa business ní pé wọ́n ti fowó ọjà wọ́n ti fi jẹun. Nínú owó ọjà wọ́n ti sanwó school, capital ti tán, pé ya bí ṣe lọ́ṣọ́ọ̀bù. Láti wá fẹ́ fún wa lówó, wọ́n ti ná tìyẹn tán. So a lot of people like that, a lot of wives like that, wọ́n á jẹ gbárùn, ọkàn wọn á máa complain. But they are not conscious of the fact that àwọn náà náwó yẹn, so they don't know. So about controlling costs and maximizing profit. If you want to manage our finance, Thank you, sir. In our businesses, we don't review performances of business, and it's wrong. It is something we need to review, and that is one of the things that business plans will do for you. When you have a business plan, you have set the targets. You have written down the goals. What are the things, the objectives, the things you want to achieve. So at interval, every 3 months, max every 6 months, you must sit down and weigh it, review it. We said we would have sold 2,400 pieces of batteries. Mélòó la ti tà? Kí ló fà tá a ṣe tà? A ti tà jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Kí ni reason tá a ṣe tà jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ? This will help us to know what to work on to get the business better and better. Seek financial training and mentorship. See, everything nílé ayé ló ní expertise, and we need to work with experts. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa marriage, a sọ pé go to marriage counselor, yes or no? Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa health, a sọ pé go to doctors, yes or no? But when we talk about businesses, you think you can do it on your own. No. Work with experts. That's the role of business development experts, so that they can work with your business, they can guide you, they can advise you. So seek training, seek mentorship, seek guidance. It helps a lot in business. They will be able to help you. But how painful? Many youths when ignorant. I'm sorry. Generation that way. Now, mo kan wo ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tíṣà. Daddy ẹ̀ wá fẹ́ fún lówó fún business. Ó dẹ́ pè mí. Ọ̀gá kí ni kí n ṣe? Kí ló wù ẹ́? Ó ní ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ló wù òun. Okay. Ó dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ tíṣà. Sórí o lè ṣiṣẹ́ tíṣà kó o tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. O lè ráyè mójútó. O dẹ̀ ní lè dúró di 6 months kó o tó máa make owó. Tó bá fi tíṣà lẹ̀ ibo ló ti fẹ́ rówó jẹun. O dẹ̀ ní ìdá ti fi tíṣà lẹ̀ kó o lè mójútó ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. So in tó pay ẹ̀ rè o. Lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ processing ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. Owó tó bá gbà yẹn wàá ra solar power deep freezer. Wàá máa pa ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ tà. Nígbà tó bá make owó dé stage kan, wàá máa pa owó ojoojúmọ́. Wàá make owó dé stage kan, wàá wá padà lọ sin ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ tó fẹ́ sìn. Is the safest way for you to start business. Ronú nípa ẹ̀ kó sọ fún mi. Ọ̀gá, mo ti rò. Ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ yẹn mo fẹ́ sìn on your own. Now, it is one thing to seek advice. It is another thing to listen. Then, more importantly, as Christians, oore ọ̀fẹ́ kan wà tá a ní o. Oore ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn dẹ̀ ní ìtọ́ni ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Tọ́lọ́run bá ń tọ́yàn, èèyàn ò kì í ṣìnà. See, no matter the level of expertise, èèyàn sì need ìtọ́ni lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Torí téèyàn bá ti tẹ̀lé ìtọ́ni Ọlọ́run, èèyàn ò kì í ṣìnà. Èèyàn máa ń get ẹ̀, á wá dàbí ẹni pé bóyá èèyàn máa ṣe lots of decisions wà tó jẹ́ pé lójú èèyàn ó máa ń dàbí ẹni pé right. Ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run tó kọ́ tó ti lákọsílẹ̀ fún each man's life, ó mọ nǹkan tó tọ́ ní ìgbà tó tọ́, òun nìkan ló lè tọ́ wa to make the best decision. And that is why when you are even consulting with someone, ẹni tó ń consult fún ẹni tó fọgbọ́n orí ṣe, ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó ń náà tún lẹ́mìí Ọlọ́run tọ́lọ́run ràn lọ́wọ́ tó ń lo ìtọ́ni látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. God will help us. Use digital tools to improve financial oversight. See, record keeping. I have this Excel sheet. It's a simple template. You can easily use it. Gbogbo àwọn businesses wa nínú IITA. Man keep record performances business. So it's a virtual document. Excel ni, but it's stored in Google Drive. So anybody, report business in Kenya, report business team anytime ni machine be by to connect my internet. I want to upload them. So make use of that. Just download Google Sheet. We can get any template online. Google Sheet is a virtual document. It just see phone me worried. I want to let you. Personal business records me. Ibiti man savers ni Google Sheet ni. So ìjọ táwọn yẹn dẹ̀ gba fóònù lọ́wọ́ mi, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe mo ya bọ́ sójà mo ra fóònù mi, mo dẹ̀ change password, sign in again, all my records are intact. Mo yẹ wáyé láti 2021 tí mo ti ń lò máa ṣí gbogbo record fún yín intact. So take advantage of technology, keep your records adequately. So Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. So please, if we especially the youths, we have a lot of opportunities before us. It is a sin to sit down, staying idle, doing nothing. Many times we don't see the opportunities ahead of us. See, the only limit to the millions, to the billions you can make is your mindset. The only limit to how much wealth you can build is just the limitation within your mind, what you can see and what you can do. Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. God will help us in Jesus' name. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Very sorry for the power failure because this morning we bought fuel. I was surprised when the whole thing got finished. We thank God for everything. Praise the Lord. Were you really blessed? Do you learn new things? Me, I did learn. In fact, well,